What's up, guys? Hector Rodriguez here, and I'm gonna do a trade breakdown of NAS, a trade that I took yesterday. And basically, it's a demand setup. And just right off the bat, before I get started, I just want to say that I got this strategy from doyleexchange and carlosfx. Right? I like how Doyle explains his break of structure, right? The break of the candle, and then carlosfx really explains that gap, how important that gap is. Does that break of structure create a gap, and then price has to come to that gap, okay? And so, right, those guys put me on. Like, this strategy is so powerful, and I'm basically just trying to scale up my trading from this point on. I've finally gotten to a point where I just feel even that much more confidence in the market, and we're just trying to take it from there, okay? So right off the bat, we made $417 on this trade. Okay, you can see that right there. This is our 50K compound account for Top Step. And then just gonna break down this trade real quick. So right off the bat, just looking at the higher time frame, just glancing at it to see what direction the market is moving. Okay, market structure, right? If the market's moving up, why would we be looking for sales? If the market's moving down, why would we be looking for buys? Okay, so just kind of that confirmation of where the market's going. Okay, price is moving away from the 200 MA. That's something they talk about, which is very attractive when we're looking to take a position. Okay, so now our execution time frame is, let me actually unhighlight this. Our execution time frame is the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so now I'm zooming in and looking for that confirmation of okay, are we gonna find a demand setup that fits our criteria? Okay, so just zooming out a little bit on the 5-minute, you can see that the trend is basically bullish. Okay, the trend is basically bullish. We're not having major swing lows broken, right? We have these support levels down here. We have these support levels down here. We have support levels right here that are being respected. Okay, we have these major swing highs that are being broken to the upside, right? This level got broken right here. Okay, so it just doesn't make sense that we would be looking for a sell, okay? Right, and what I just mentioned, right? Prices finally broke above the 200, so we like to preferably not always, but trade away from the 200 MA, which is this yellow line. Okay, so we zoom in, and then we actually had price was rejecting right here. It was kind of struggling to break this level. Okay, and it finally did. So just more confirmation that it's going to the upside. Okay, all right, this shaded area is our kill zone, New York Stock Exchange. That's the time that we trade every single day, somewhere around that Eastern time, 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Max Eastern time. Okay, so we zoom a little bit more into our kill zone, and then we just see where our support and resistance levels. Okay, so support levels are right here, respect, and then price is struggling to kind of break this area right here. Okay, it finally did. That was our break of structure. We took our trade. I'll just highlight it real quick. We took our trade right there, set our stop loss right there, and we went close to a 1 and 2, somewhere around there. Okay, let me just unhighlight this real quick so it doesn't get too busy in here. So price, basically, this is what these guys, carlosfx and doyleexchange, this is what they explain. Okay, the first thing that has to happen is there a break of structure? The second thing is, was a order block, was a zone, was a gap formed in the market? Okay, that gap has to be filled. That's an inefficiency in the market. That price action has to come fill that gap. We want to see price reject that area, and then we want to take our position. Okay, so right here we have these support levels. This is our kill zone time, like I mentioned, New York Stock Exchange. Price broke above. This is the break of structure. Okay, right, this was the first initial push off these support levels, right? This big engulfing blue candle that wicked on the downside, right? Price is just rejecting right here with all these wick candles. 5-minute chart, right? So that was our first initial push. Was a gap formed in the market? Yes, it was, right here. Okay, basically the top of the wick for the top of the wick for the first candle push right here, and then the bottom of the candle for the third candle where you think the gap is right here. Okay, so in between these two blue lines, not this one, these two blue lines is the gap. Okay, price broke structure to the upside. That's the first thing. The second thing is, was a gap formed in the market? Yes, it was right here. Okay, price needs to come to this area, which it did right here. This is where we took our trade. It needs to reject this area, right? You can see price came down, wicked in, filled the gap, came to this order block, okay? Came into this entire order block, and then went back to the upside, okay? Another thing that we really liked about taking this trade was that there was actually a little mini channel right here, right? Little mini channel where price was consolidating, finally broke above that channel. Price came back to this neckline where the gap was, and then proceeded to go right through the roof, okay? We didn't take all this, but right, if you did, you made a lot of money, right? You made great risk to reward on your money, on your risk. But that's basically the setup that we took, right? $417 top step account, and we're just working with the strategy. This strategy is so powerful. Like, you need to go back test this strategy, and you need to see that it works. Like, this is it, right? Everyone kind of has their own unique twist to trading. So I took what, you know, doyleexchange and carlosfx have taught me, and we're basically we're taking that, we're running with it. I've back tested this. This strategy works. It goes for a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, like 80% of the time. So that's something you need to do for yourself to get that confirmation for yourself, and see that it can really happen, right? Your confidence is gonna go up once you back test this and see that it really works, okay? And then you can start applying this into the market for yourself, okay? But that's basically the trade we took, guys. And right, much respect, good luck in the markets. Patience and discipline is key. And right, we're gonna take this and we're gonna run with it. If you have any questions, comment down below. Have a good weekend. Hector.